Welcome to Janie's Journals. This is Janie, and I appreciate you showing up. The first half of this video, I had it recorded, had it queued and ready to edit, and I don't know what in the world I did, but I lost it. So I am just doing the introduction, and then we will move on and I'll show you what I've been working on. I wanted to show you some of the things that I pulled from my pre-made ephemera drawer. A lot of these things I made in my Pinterest-inspired scrap busting series. And some of them I made for challenges and some I just made because I was bored. But I pulled all of these, and there is a ton of these little tiny envelopes and bags that I'm going to be able to use and get them out of my stash. But this isn't to say I'm going to use all of these, and I'm also going to be making new ephemera because there's some things I want to make specifically for my journal. But like this is a little envelope that I made out of a napkin, and I was just trying this technique, and I love the way that it looks, and it's going to be adorable in that album. I have a couple of prints that I made from my digitals that I scanned. I showed in the last video. And this is one I have printed on a sheet of vellum. This one, and I'll move that one out of the way. This one I printed on tracing paper. So it's real faint, but I think it's going to be cute for pockets and things like that. I'm also going to be using throughout the journal these snippet rolls that I made. I have this, it's an old pillowcase that has been torn in strips and coffee stained and tea stained, and I use these for the base. And I made this snippet roll here, which is good for the edges of the pages. I used a little piece of it right here for a teeny weeny little pocket for this little fairy card. And then I made another snippet roll that is just a little more fancy, I guess. And this is it. I put quite a bit of bling on here, but I've got little flowers, and I've got a lot of tulle and things like that. I use stickles on some of these flowers. I don't have a lot of this, but I think that it's not necessary to have a whole bunch of the fancier one. And that's just another one of the things that I make ahead of time. I wanted to explain just a little bit about the process that I go through whenever I'm making a junk journal. I know it's different for everyone else, but the way that I do it, if I'm looking through like this one, I was looking through one of my books and I found this picture, and it's a window with a windowsill, and I thought, well, what I need to do is find one of my fairies either sitting or jumping off of something or leaning off of something. But then I go through my fairy books and I look for the little fairies that will fit. And I found, for this particular photo, I found these little fairies. They're adorable. And I thought, if I set her here, she fits on that windowsill perfectly. I mean, the angle and everything is great. And then I cut off a few of the flowers that was on the bottom of the fairy book picture, and I thought, well, I'll set those there. I have the song, wait a minute, the Song of the Sweet Pea Fairies, which is what these are. And what I'm going to do is cut this out, make it into a pocket so that I can slide this down in there. And then I also saved the title, the Sweet Pea Fairies, from the book. So that's one way that I get my ideas. And another way I get it is I may find a I want to say, an image that I like. And I love this squirrel. I think he's just adorable. And he was in that paper pack. And then I found a fairy who I thought, well, he could be standing down below there, but then I had cut out this berry branch, I guess you could say. And that's going to be perfect for him to hold, as if he's offering it up to the squirrel. And I like that. And then I decided if I was going to do that, it would be cute to do a berry background. And I just cut out a bunch of berry stems on my Cricut, and this is what I'll use for a stencil for the background of this one. I still don't have a page in the book, but I've got plenty of pages I need to fill, so that's not going to be a problem. Another way that I choose what I'm going to do is I showed you all of the ephemera that I have pre-made, and I found this one, and it says she was a strange little girl. And I went to looking through my book, and I found this image, which, I mean, she doesn't look strange or anything. But I'm going to make a tag that will go down in here. And I'll probably, I pulled this out, but this paper is got ridges on it. So it's a little hard to get the glue to stick down on there. So I may change that. But, so this is the, you know, beginning of a page for me. And I'm sitting here thinking, she's looking down, and what I might want to do is maybe put a strange little animal down here that she's talking to or something, so that when it's in the pocket, you won't necessarily see it. And then when you pull it out, you think, well, yeah, okay, that might be a little strange. So that's how my brain works. Anyway, I have this. This is also out of the Flower Fairy Journal book. I cut her out, and I love the edge of the side of her over here. So I thought I would keep that because I think that would be nice, kind of sticking out from between the book pages a little bit. And I found a napkin, and I just Mod Podged it onto a piece of very thin cardstock. I'm probably going to have to put this on a thicker cardstock, but I thought it would make a nice tag for her because the colors just match so perfectly. So I'm going to find a spot for her, and I'm thinking, let's see. You know what? She might not look bad here. I think the coloring, oh, yeah. That actually looks good. All right. So I think that's gonna be, let me look at this. Let me double check. Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna put her here on this page and have part of her sticking out of the side of it like that. And then turn her into a pocket. And like I said, strengthen this and turn it into a tag. I think that will fit. And tabs and things like that I will do in an order. I mean, the way I do my junk journals, I'm going to do backgrounds as I need to. I'm going to add things like these pockets. Later on I will make the tabs. Later on I will make the tabs for the tags. And then I add any other kind of little embellishments that I need to. So I'm happy with this one. I'm going to leave this out until that dries. And then the next thing I have, let me look. Let's see what we have going on. There she is. Okay. I think this, and I have something over here. I was just kind of messing around. And I cut out this black fairy with my Cricut and put her on some yellow cardstock. And the cardstock is that ombre, has that ombre effect where it fades a little bit lighter as it goes down. So my thought is I want to put her here and then line this one up exactly, and then attach this to the book. I guess it would make more sense though if I attach this first and then line her up to where this is. That's what I will do. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. So before I add her to the back side, whoops, it has to kind of make sense for her to be there. I can't just have her just sitting there like that. So I need to find some kind of background, or maybe I could paint a background. Yeah. Let me be right back. So I found another page that has those trees on it. And I'm thinking that would look good. She could be sitting there. And then I don't know what I would do with this about my spot here. Let me see what else I can find. Okay, looking through that same fairy tale book, I found this, and it was a double page, but what I'm looking at is this section here, and I was thinking if I tear this out, then I could put a part of this section here without the moon, because obviously she's the moon. But I'm going to try that. So this is how that looks, or potentially would look. I haven't quite decided yet. think it would work. That page, I got her out of whack. Okay, so it'd be like that and that. I am going to look around just a little bit more and see if I can find something else. Okay, I think I worked it out. The where I cut these trees from was on this page, and on the bottom of that page was these elves with the little like pumpkin lanterns. So I think if I use them as well over here, turn that into, could I make it a tuck spot? I could. Oh, that's what I can do. Okay, I can make a tag, have her on the back of the tag tucked in with these elves or gnomes or whatever they are, and then I could go ahead and do this page and then maybe put a fairy poem here. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna work on that. And this poem that was on this page would be perfect to put on the tag, on the back side of the tag. So, it's coming together. All right. Well, look at that. That turned out good. Okay. I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to try something here. I have my inks out and my daubers. I actually went through and checked to see if I could find colors that are similar to these on this tree that I did. I'm thinking that I did this with sprays. Probably some of those Lindy sprays. But I want to, I'm gonna put this over this, and then I want to put my stencil on there so that it matches up with the tree underneath, like that. And then I want to do the same type of colors and mimic that tree. It might not make sense to you right now, but I will show you what I'm talking about. please forgive the mess on my desk. It took me several attempts to finally figure out something that I could do to make these trees match up. And they don't match exactly. I don't know if I used a combination of paints and sprays on this. I don't remember. Like I said, it has been so long ago since I made it. What I ended up using for this piece to get it to, there we go, kind of match up. It's kind of shiny, isn't it? To get it to match up a little bit with this tree, I used this palette of watercolors. I got it off of Amazon. They're kind of shimmery, and the brand is Yasutomo. Like I said, and it was off of Amazon. So I used mostly these to get these two to kind of match up a little bit. And I'm happy with the way it looks. They match up good. Whoops. When you leave it in place, they match up good. And then here is our baby. I'm going to continue on off camera because I don't think you have to see everything that I'm doing. I do want to show you another little part of the way that I work. Okay, so this is one of the things that I do as I'm going through here. If I find something, like I had showed you in one of the first videos here, this dragonfly envelope that I had. And I definitely wanted to put this in the book. So I found a page that I liked, and I've just put a paper clip to stick that there. That's not to say I won't move it or put it somewhere else. It's just for now, I think it's going to look good there. And that's what I do with everything. I go through, and if I find, I'm trying to find one now. Here we go. So I did this page, and I did most of this on camera with you. This is the tag with the little fairy on it. I did put a leaf pocket here. I backed it with cardstock so it would be good and heavy. And then these are the things I'm going to add to this. So I've just tucked them to the side there with a paper clip. Same with this. Well, actually, that could probably go in there now. I had to glue my little pocket for that tiny little card. So I'll go through and I will finish up my pages that way. I think I got some in here. I've got stuff all over the place. Okay, here's some more. So again, I did this off camera. I've got this little rabbit, and I think he's cute, and I want to put him on here and then have him, I've just got strips of a really thin paper that's got like a texture to it, and I want to use that for him to be standing in. So I've just tucked him and my grass pieces on a paper clip underneath here so that I can come back to this. I made this as a pocket, and I like it on this page. I've got this tag that I think the colors really match, so I've got it tucked onto this page. I don't have anything really done, but I have all of these ideas that are forming, and I'll get back to them and go through. And got this pocket that I made. I had this book page. I don't know what this is all about, but anyway, I'm going to cover it up with this pocket and make a big tag to slide in there. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll catch you on the next one.